Hey guys, hope you're doing good, and thank you for taking a minute to watch this video. I appreciate everybody who makes a part of our little volleyball community, and especially those who have to drive. Some of you come from far away. You spend money with the expense of gasoline to get there. All of you spend the time to devote to do that, so I really appreciate that, and it means a lot to me that we have so many people that make that effort to come out. And the reason I thought I would do this video now, because it's fresh in all of our minds, and if there's anything that I can learn from our experience in volleyball yesterday, I'd like to take that opportunity. I think that if we go through something and there are some rough edges or things that didn't go smoothly, then for me personally, I think there's something to be taken away from that to help improve. It's not always comfortable because it involves reflection. It involves saying, I did this wrong or I should have done that differently. But without doing that, then the lesson is lost. So I hope you don't mind if I take a minute. This is not intended to be for anybody else. This is kind of for me. If the shoe fits, wear it. But this shoe, it's intended for me. And I just wanted to address the format that we have been experimenting with in the last few months of playing tournaments, volleyball tournaments, because it has added a new dynamic of elevated tension. When we hit that button and say the tournament has begun and everyone gets out there, it seems like there's just more tension. And in a way, that's a nice thing because we're not used to it, and it just adds a different dynamic to the volleyball. But in the other way, and this is the reason I'm doing this little video, is because in the other way, it also opens the door to things that can be unpleasant. And as the organizer, as the one who puts it all together, I think the buck stops with me. I think it's my responsibility to take the blame if anything goes wrong, and that's what I want to do here and now. I also want to address what I think may be part of the causes. Obviously, everyone out there has something to add to this conversation, so I look forward to hearing from you, whether it's privately or publicly. But I think the main thing that I want to say, because I don't want to make this too long, the main thing I want to say is that these tournaments that we play that are co-ed, that are all levels, the intention is to have fun. And that little motto that we say, which someone reminded me of this morning, we're all just friends having fun in the sand. The intention is to have fun and not to have winners that can say, I won and I'm better than you. And it would be really hard for anyone to take that away, really, because there's 4 people on each team. And in some cases, like last night, there were 5 people. So it's not an apples to apples comparison to be able to say, we're better than you. That's never been the intention. If we want to do some of those types of tournaments, we would obviously have a different format to start from. Some of the people that come to our tournaments, even yesterday, I had to make room for them by asking other people not to come. And that's not something that I publicly make available for everybody to understand, but not everybody gels together, not everybody gets along, and that's part of the experience. And again, I take that responsibility on myself because I understand that those dynamics exist. So even in yesterday's tournament, some of the people that came wouldn't have come had we not done a tournament. And I've had quite a few people privately come and directly tell me that they come for the tournaments because they really like them. So rather than throwing the whole thing out, if something didn't go right or perfect, I would rather, this is me, of course, and we all have to collectively agree to this, I would rather figure out those little kinks, see if we can work through them and improve it for the next time and learn the lesson. For me, learn the lesson. I love learning lessons. It's not comfortable. Communicating is not comfortable. Even this video, I don't know what I'm going to say right now. It's not comfortable, but I feel like maybe it will be helpful, because if there's anything I've learned, it's that over communicating is definitely better than under communicating, and that's what I'd like to do. But back to what I was trying to say is that these tournaments are not intended to be extremely competitive, and that's why after yesterday's tournament, which had a lot of behind the scenes planning, some of the behind the scenes planning had to do with asking certain people not to come so that others who don't normally play on Mondays could come. And it also involved allowing a larger group of people to form the teams, and there were some heated discussions behind closed doors. Of course, just text messaging in a WhatsApp room, not heated discussions like that, like real, live conversations. But there was a lot of like, no, this person should be on my team and that person, blah, 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 blah. And I would rather kind of stay away from that kind of stuff, because I believe what it does is it trickles down into the gameplay that we experience once we're on the sand. Because of all of this buildup, like this tournament is such a big deal. It's not a big deal. We're just friends having fun in the sand. There's no money on the line. There's no leaderboard that will carry on after that night's tournament. There's no list of people that are going to be considered to be better players than other people. And my heart's desire is that we don't lose anyone who might not like these tournaments, that instead we'll gain more people. And I just wanted to address that. My takeaway after yesterday is that we should try two things. One of them is to not look at it competitively, although a tournament has to have a score line, has to have one team leapfrogging over another team. So you have to have that if you're going to do a tournament. And my other suggestion is maybe just allow the organizer to put the teams together, do the best that they can to balance it out. Because if you have a lot of kitchens in the cook, if you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, as someone pointed out yesterday, it can be a little bit top heavy, and it doesn't seem to translate to the best playing experience. So once again, no pride is on the line. There are no brownie points on the line for winning these. It's about just having fun as we would normally on a normal volleyball night, and giving everybody an equal amount of playtime because everybody drove out to be there, and getting everybody into a team that as much as possible can be balanced. So sorry, this video is a little longer than I intended, but hopefully we can get a conversation going that will keep our trajectory going upwards instead of just plateauing or going downwards. Let me know if you have any comments, if you disagree or agree, if you want to do it privately or publicly. Thank you. I love you guys.